Hi everyone, I'm Daria and today I'm going to show you how to crochet this Raffia summer purse. This is a beginner-friendly tutorial, but you should be familiar with some basic crochet and stitches and techniques. Alright, welcome back to DaryaCrochetLife. On this channel I post knitting and crochet lessons, simple and not so simple tutorials on how to make different knitting and crochet projects. So if any of that interests you, please subscribe to my channel. And if you see value in this video, make sure you're giving me thumbs up. It really makes a huge difference. And all the links I'm mentioning in this video you can find in the description box below. Let's jump into it. Let's talk about everything that you will need in order to make the purse. So first of all, we will need a yarn. I'm going to use this Raffia from Fibra Natura. It is Turkish yarn. I really like it. It's very nice. It's very easy to work with. So the one ball is around 40 grams and it is 99 yards or 90 meters. I will need a little bit more than 2 of these balls. So buy 3 balls and that would be more than enough for making the purse. So I will use my main crochet hook would be a 5.5 millimeter hook, but I will need a smaller hook like 3 millimeter later to weave in the ends. Also, you will need measuring tape in order to measure certain amounts of centimeters. Then you will need scissors and also if you want to make a lining, you will need everything for sewing. So the fabric, like sewing thread and this metal clip in order to close it. Okay, let's start crocheting. First you need to make a slip stitch. Insert your hook into the loop, adjust the size of the loop and make 2 chains, 1 and 2. Then I want you to skip the first or like the second chain and make 3 single crochet into the first one. I will go with my hook like this, so at the bottom I'll have just 1 loop and on top 2 loops, and I'm making my first single crochet. Then into the same space I insert my hook and making the second single crochet, and into the same space insert my hook and I'm making my third single crochet. So in total in the first row we're supposed to have 3 single crochet and you need to count them from tops. 1, 2, 3. In the row number 2 you make a turning chain, so chain 1, turn your work, and you always need to turn your work like you're turning a page in a book, like this. In this case the turning chain will not be twisted. Then you skip this turning chain and in the first single crochet in the first space you make an increase. That means 2 single crochet into the same space, 1 and 2, and then you repeat this 2 more times. So into the next I make an increase, 1 single crochet, another single crochet, and into the last space another increase. This can be tricky but you can do it. You just make sure that when you insert your hook you have 2 loops on your hook, and we are making 1 and 2, and you're supposed to have 6 stitches after this second row. In the third row you make a turning chain, then 1 increase into the first space. Don't forget that you skip the chain, so 1 increase in 1 single crochet into the next space. So you worked on 2 holes, on 2 spaces. You made 1 increase and 1 single crochet, and repeat this to the end of this row, and at the end of this row you're supposed to have 9 stitches. Fourth row we begin with 1 turning chain, turn our work, 1 make increase into the next space, then you make 1 single crochet and another single crochet, and you repeat this to the end of this row. So 1 increase, 2 single crochet, and at the end of this row you're supposed to have 12 stitches. Row number 5, 1 turning chain, turn your work, increase into the next space, 3 single crochet, each one goes into its own space, 1, 2 and 3, and you repeat this to the end of this row, and at the end of this row you're supposed to have 15 stitches. In the 6th row we are gonna make arches. So here you begin your row with 3 chains, then you turn your work, then we will skip the first space and the second space, and we will make a single crochet into the 3rd space like this. Then we make 3 chains again, skip 1 space, and into the next one single crochet. And now you need to repeat this: 3 chains, skip 1 space, single crochet into the next space to the end of this row. This is what you're supposed to have after making 6 rows, and after that you can count how many big holes you have, how many arches you have, and after this row you're supposed to have 7 arches. 7th row you begin with chain 1, turn your work, and now we will make a single crochet in every arch space. In each arch space you need to make 3 single crochet, 1, 2 and 3, and all of them went to the same space. Then I don't do anything here on top of the single crochet. I skip the space and I go into the next arch space and make 3 single crochet over there. It's very easy. And at the end of this row I want you to count, and you're supposed to have 21 single crochet. Row number 8, you make a turning chain, turn your work, increase into the first space, and then 6 single crochet, each one go into its own space. And then you need to repeat this: 1 increase, 6 single crochet, 2 more times, and at the end of this row you're supposed to have 24 stitches. 9th row we begin with chain 1, turn your work, 1 increase, and then 7 single crochet, each one will go into its own space, and at the end, and you need to repeat this to the end of the row, and at the end of this row you're supposed to have 27 stitches. 10th row, chain 1, turn your work, 1 increase, and then 8 single crochet. You need to repeat this to the end of the row: 1 increase, 8 single crochet, 1 increase, 8 single crochet, and at the end of this row you're supposed to have 30 stitches. Row 11 you begin with chain 1, turn your work, make an increase into the first space, and then 9 single crochet, each one will go into its own space, and you need to repeat this: 1 increase, 9 single crochet to the end of this row, and at the end of this row you're supposed to have 33 stitches. In the row number 12 I'm making a turning chain, turn my work, 1 increase, and then 10 single crochet, each one is going into its own space, and I need to repeat this to the end of this row, and at the end of this row I'm supposed to have 36 stitches. In the row 13 we are gonna make arches, so that's why I started with 3 chains, turn the work, and then I need to skip the first space and the second space, and into the third one I'm gonna make a single crochet. Then chain 3, skip 1 space, single crochet into the next one, and I need to repeat this almost to the end of this row. So 3 chains, skip 1 space, single crochet. I'll come back to you at the end of this row and I'll tell you what to do at the end. I'm at the end of this row and I have 3 spaces left, so I'm making my 3 chains and skipping 2 spaces, and in the last one I make a single crochet. So it's like everywhere on the row I was skipping 1 space, except here at the end 2, and here at the beginning 2 as well. And after this row, please count, you're supposed to have 17 holes. Row 14, I'm making a chain, turn my work, and then I need to make my single crochet into the arches. This time the pattern will be like that. So in the first space I'm making 2 single crochet. In the second one, 3. And I repeat this almost to the end of this row, and in the last one I will make 2. So it's 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, and you work like this, and the last one would be just 2 single crochet. And after that I want you to count, you're supposed to have 42 single crochet. Row 15, we make turning chain, turn our work, start with the increase, and then I need to make 13 single crochet. Each one is going into its own space, and I need to repeat this to the end of this row. And at the end of this row I'm supposed to have 45 stitches. In the row 16 I make a turning chain, turn my work, 1 increase into the first space, and then 14 single crochet. Each one is going into its own space, and I need to repeat this 1 increase, 14 single crochet to the end of this row. And at the end of this row I'm supposed to have 48 stitches. Next, row 17, I make a turning chain, turn my work, 1 increase as per usual, and then I need to make 15 single crochet. Each one is going into its own space, and as per usual I repeat it to the end of this row, so basically that's 2 more times. And at the end of this row I'm supposed to have 51 stitches. Next is row 18. I'm making a turning chain, turn my work, 1 increase, and then 16 single crochet. Each one is going into its own space, and I repeat this to the end of this row, and at the end of this row I'm supposed to have 54 stitches. This is what you're supposed to have after making 18 rows. And now I think that's enough for the flap. So now we start working with the body of our bag. So it's very, very, very easy. Right now we need to make 1 row. We will work along this edge, and then we will go straight over there to make the length of the bag. So right now I'm making 1 chain, and then I need to make 1 single crochet along every row. Let me show you. So for example, this is the first, this is the next row, and I'm making the single crochet here, 1. Then this is the next row, another single crochet, 2. Next row, single crochet, next row, single crochet. So where we have all these rows, you just make 1 single crochet on the edge of every row. When we come to the holes, I want you to make 2 single crochet into the hole space, 1 and 2, and then again 1 on top of every row. Then here where we had holes, I'm making 2, 1 and 2, and then 1 on every space. And here you see this is our beginning chain, the very first one. I want you to make 1 single crochet into the same chain. Then we can like you repeat the same idea, so 1 on every row. On the holes you make 2, 1, 2, and 1 right to the end. But that would be easy for you later if you right now put this end along the edge, and you will weave the end while you are making your single crochet. So that's very easy. You see, I'm hiding it right when I'm working on this row. Okay, so work like this to the end of this row. And right now, if you count along this edge, you're supposed to have 40 single crochet. After that, it's very easy. I don't know how many rows you need to make. It's all will depend on your yarn and on the tension, but let me show you how to make a row. So you make a turning chain, turn your work, and then you skip this turning chain and you start from the single crochet, and you make 40 single crochet, each one going into its own space. So I want you to count from time to time, so you will have the same number of stitches in every row, and that's it. So it's very simple. You need to work like this back and forth for 56 rows in total, which is equals about 15 inches or 38 centimeters. You can make it a little bit longer if you want, but this is the measurement that I have for my purse. All right, this is what you're supposed to have after making 56 rows in total. So if I measure from this edge to here to the first hole, so that would be about 38 centimeters or 15 inches. So now I need to fold my purse in half. Yeah, I'll fold it like that. And the flap will go like this. So this is the look of the purse. Now we need to make 2 seams, 2 side seams on every side. So I don't break the yarn. I didn't make anything special. So I just finished a row, you see. Now I insert my hook, so I need to find the first row over here. I look at the big hole and I see, so that's the beginning, this is the border of my flap and the bag itself. So working yarn should be behind the hook. I insert my hook into the first space like this. Grab the working yarn and make a slip stitch. So basically I pull through everything that I have on my hook. Then make sure that this is like you fold it in half, and you insert your hook through both layers, you see, and then you make a slip stitch. Then into the next space, and again make sure that you're going through both layers and make a slip stitch. And you work like this to the end, and then you need to cut the yarn and attach it on the other side and make the same thing on the other side. I'm at the end of my seam, so making the last slip stitch. And then I can cut the yarn. I don't need long tail. Then I just pull this end through the loop and tighten. That's it. So then in order to start the seam on the other side, So make sure that you're working from the same side. So we worked here. Now I'm not turning my work, I just flip it like this. Make sure you fold in half equally, and now attach yarn over here on this side. And it's very easy to attach the yarn. I just go into the first hole with my hook, grab the yarn, pull it through, and I'm gonna make a simple knot. Maybe double knot, that would be good. And then the same idea, I just go back into the same space, grab the working yarn, pull through, and I have my first hole, first loop. Grab the working yarn, pull through, and I'm making the first chain. And then I go into the next space through both layers, and I keep doing my slip stitch seam. The same way like I did on the other side. I finished my second seam, and now I don't break the yarn because I'm gonna make a handle. So there are two options what you can make. You can make a long handle like this, and attach it attach the other side over here, and it would be like a crossbody bag. Or you can make not so long handle like this and attach it to the same space here, and that would be like a loop handle. I just don't know that this size of the bag, maybe it's too big for the loop handle, so that's why I wanted to make a long handle, tiny long handle, and it's gonna be like a crossbody. So the first row would be very, very simple. I'm just I'm using the same loop on my hook, and I'm chaining. I don't know how many stitches I'm gonna chain now. I will try it on myself to find out the best length, and I'll definitely let you know how many chains I've made. So my chain is 130 stitches, and it's pretty long. So then I just find any space that is like on the edge over here on this side. I'm gonna use these two loops, insert my hook over there, grab the working yarn and pull through everything. So make a slip stitch and tighten that. Then I'm gonna make another chain with like another chain with 130 chains as well. So I've made a second chain, 130 chains. So starting from this side. Now you see I'm holding everything together, my yarn and this chain. And this is my original first chain. And now I will wrap around my new chain with the ball around the old one. I don't know, like, let's say 5, I don't know how many times, maybe 10 times. So it will create like a twist. You see, over here is a twist. I wrapped it around for 15 times. So I guess that's the best amount of twists. And then I need to make a slip stitch over here and the same space where my original chain is coming out. So I'm making a slip stitch here, and you can leave it like that, or you can make the third chain that is 130 stitches, and this is what I'm gonna make. Then you're gonna twist it around 2 of these for the same 15 times, and then you need to attach it on the other side. And I guess that's that would be it for crocheting part. The last third chain I wrapped around my 2 existing chains for 10 times in total. And now I come to this point and I'm gonna insert my hook somewhere into the new space like this and make a slip stitch again. And then I tighten that. Now I can cut the end. Don't need long tail. And pull this tail through the remaining loop. And that's it. So after that, I need to weave all the ends. You can use a smaller hook. I'm gonna use 3mm hook for this purpose. So let me show you how to weave the ends. So you need to find any loop that is very close to the tail. For example, this one. Insert your hook over there, grab the working yarn and pull it through. Then next loop, pull it through. Next loop. It doesn't matter which way you are moving, you just need to weave all the ends. And Raffia is really good in weaving. You will not see any ends. And when you think that that's enough, this is good enough, so you can cut this end very close to the fabric, and that's it. Now you need to do the same thing with all the ends. So I weaved all the ends of my purse. Now I need to flip it over, like turn it over like this. And then I want to iron it a little bit, especially flap. I want it to be nice because you see right now it's kind of not very straight. I want to iron it, and after that I'm gonna attach one of these clips, magnet bag clips, but I don't know, maybe this is too strong, so maybe I'll need something different. You can find like something similar to this and just sew it over here like this. That would be our closing thing. And after that I'm gonna add the lining, and I will explain you briefly how I sew the lining to this purse. I wanted to show you how the purse looks after I iron it. I really like the result. So all the stitches look very, very nice. And the flap too. I also attached the magnet clip. And after that, we need to make the lining. You can leave it like that if you want, by the way, but I just prefer it with the lining. So how to do that? I have this cotton fabric with cute dogs. I think it will work nicely with this purse. So I just cut it 2 pieces, like 2 rectangles. If you look at the, if I put my my purse on top, it looks like that. So it's a little bit bigger, like half an inch bigger from all 4 sides. So just because of my pattern, I cut it 2 pieces. You don't need to do that if you have like just plain fabric. So you will need one piece like that. So you will not have a cut over here. And after that, I'm gonna make 3 you need to make 3 seams here, there, and there, and that should be exactly the size of the purse. So I will take a pen and I will draw a line over here, over there, and over here, and then I make a seam. And after that, you will need to do like that, iron it, the edge, iron it, and make a seam over here. So that's what you need to sew, and you can do it on sewing machine. At least I plan to do it on sewing machine. And after that, I will show you how to sew the lining into the raffia bag. Okay, so I finished my lining. It looks like that. It's very, 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 very simple. So I have 1, 2, 3 seams on like 3 sides, and over here I just folded it like that, and I made a seam not far from the edge. So I need this amount of distance from the edge, because now I will insert my lining into the bag. Make sure that everything is on the right place, like the side seams are on the side. So basically that's the most important stuff. Then I'm gonna use this little laundry clips to clip the fabric, and so it will be on the same place like that. And it doesn't matter where you will start sewing, it really doesn't matter. So now we will sew by hand. So I have a sewing needle, threaded like thread, the same color that I was using. Actually it's the same thread. Okay, and now I'm ready to start. So first I need to decide which row, like where I'm gonna attach my make my stitches on the raffia. So I think it will be over here on the second row, so not on the last row but on the second row, here, you see, along the second row. So if I'll do that, my lining will be like something like this, so it's not, you cannot see it from the right side like this. Okay, so first of all I will do my first stitch over here on the lining, but when you do that, make sure that you are going through just one layer. You see, I don't see my needle on this side, it's over here, and all of my stitches on the lining will be like that. And then, okay, make sure that everything is on the right place. So I guess this is the next one. Here the same idea. So I use just one loop that is close to me. When I do like this on the other side, so you cannot see the needle. You see, you cannot see the thread on this side. And that's it. I repeat these 2 stitches all over again. So 1 stitch on the lining. Focus please. Yeah, checking that everything is correct. And another stitch over here, just like that, and then I can tighten everything so that would be on place. And I will work like this until I attach all the lining. Okay guys, I finished my purse. Let me show you. So this is the lining, it looks like that. I think it's not so bad. You see, you cannot tell where is the seam, but it is over here, right? But from like when you just open the back, you cannot really tell, and it looks like we have just one seam that I made on the machine. If you have any questions on how to make this purse, please leave me a comment. And if you're going to share finished project pictures on Instagram, please give me a credit and use this hashtag. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you'll receive notifications about all of my new videos. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.